have done very well. You can't hear them. I can. They've been doing a very good job as well. I'm very happy we have the caster cam.
Caster cam's great.
Yeah. No, you are.
Aw, thank you.
No.
Aw.
So cute. All right.
Wow, it's a love fest in here. It's another buck ban on border. That's probably the least shocking. And a glass ban. Okay.
Not too surprising, I would say.
No, nothing really too
what,
shocking with any of that.
Mira Echo. Ooh, spicy.
Jaeger.
Well, there has been a Jaeger, Smoke, Mute, and Mute, Pulse, and Bandit ban. There has been a Bandit ban specifically on border as well. I would believe that was week 2 or 3. What's the last ban? Echo.
It's Echo.
Surprising.
So we leave a Mira up, which caused a lot of problems for Pain on the attacking side.
Yeah, it's
we
caused a lot of pain.
leave a Maestro up, which has been a dominating force in all the games we've spectated so far. We lose a Jaeger, but you also simultaneously lose a Buck who carries 2 of your available frag grenades. Could be a problem later on down the road. We also lose the Jaeger, and yes, now you're carrying 2 frag grenades on the sledge, VNXs, and you also have Zofia with the lifeline. 2 impacts, 2 concussions that won't be able to be stopped by anything.
Yeah. I mean, this is why you would just start playing more operators with just pure projectiles, right? Zofia just kind of comes into her own at that position. Not really surprised at all. The Mute being put in play, the Bandit not being used at all. I assume that this is Immortals kind of understanding that the Zofia is going to be in play. It's going to really allow people to kind of stun lock the opposite position, and you might as well just let it go. Now, Mute is running the M5K, which not as prevalent nowadays as you think.
Well, Novi is going to start things off with a little bit of a drone hunt with a Deagle. I like it. So using the MPX. We've seen this Valkyrie camera set up just last game. FaZe and Pain just up in the rafters above top of East Stairs. And seeing a lot of similar operators coming out on the side of the defense for Immortals. A few swap-ups here as Hit is bringing the Capitao, an operator we did not see at all on a border between FaZe and Pain.
Yeah. There wasn't any of that flexibility, and I mean, we kind of explained it pretty well during the game itself. Pain were just not really reactive at all. They played their initial setups and then just did nothing after it. So, you see the Evil Eye being set up here by the Maestro. And still the C4 in hand. Novi's wants to really thread this out, but ReD DevilS just staying back. They're actually going all the way around. So, they're scouting out this part of the map, but I don't really think that they want to deal with this. They have to deal with Cyber at some point in time, no matter the position they attack. That'll probably be their next target that they eye up.
Well, similar to the beginning of Pain's defenses, Immortals will be bringing a CCTV hold with the CC mirror and some shotgun holes in the back of Fountain to have purview in towards offices and Fountain. And a beautiful shot there from Cyber will shut down Hit. So there go your smokes, there go your asphyxiating bolts, and there goes one of your members assaulting CCTV. Navi's finally throws out that Nitro Cell, and it won't do a single hit point of damage onto Velvet, who tried to push him through top east, though VNX will lose half his HP in the process. Again, continuing the pressure on CCTV, but no one able to dispel Cyber from his favorite position, him behind these circle monitors, and finally the third flashbang will blind him. He'll hit the deck in safety, but no one from ReD DevilS pushing in on that. They lose all that momentum and all that utility for nothing, and now a stack from Bullet in the hallway. A great shot there from Velvet, though, to salvage the push into break room. You still have Cyber on the ground. Oh, what a great reactionary shot, but now Navi's jumps into the fray, taking down VNX. We level at a 3v3.
A great dual reinforcement as well from the break room onto the hallway 90, just to kind of stop things from getting out of control and just containing the rotations for the defense. But so far, with 3 players left alive, one of them being the Maestro, there is still a lot of potential here for Immortals to kind of shut this all down. Novi's coming in from below. If he can lock down this rotation here, this can all go so well for Immortals. A great peek angle. He's going to try to use to his advantage. And so far, Red Devils are kind of taking their time before the final assault, and the Maestro will spray in. MKing, you really need to survive this, and he puts himself in the perfect angle for it. The Zofia just has not been able to do much, and there you go. That's the effect of that Nomad, even though she's not there anymore. Velvet will find one on MKing, and Novi's from behind. He'll find one. That's Velvet taken away, and the Claymore removed from play as well. Midi just kind of chased around, and he actually dives into the site. He's right behind it. PX will find one kill, but he's still alive for some reason. Flicks around, and PX finds the kill on Midi. Immortals to salvage the round, put the first one on the board.
It's a tough one for Red Devils, is just the stall-out factor of Cyber alone in CC. But instead of leaving a man on an island or stacking all of your forces in CC, Immortals play it much more fluid inside of CCTV with the hold. Much better support coming from the main hallway outside of the break room door, good rotations in beside that mirror, and you know, people talk about Nomad being able to completely shut down flanks. Well, there's a flanker in the Valkyrie of Navi's who pushes into break door, hits the air jab, and no one is in range to do a single thing about it, and then Navi's garners a kill, rotates back to site, and they win the round off of it.
And I think what the problem is, the Nomad did not communicate where those air jabs were set. And so when one actually happened, they didn't know if it was in the hallway or another position. You saw where the Zofia started to look, which is directly in the hallway and not behind her in the break room, which is where the Valkyrie of Novi's was able to bounce. And credit to Novi's to kind of peel off and not overcommit to the position. That's definitely a difficult spot to pull himself in, and being able to make the correct decision in it, falling back to protect PX and keep that Mira alive. Great bit of play. Same rotation hole you'll see being set up by Cyber as well. So wouldn't be surprised if both Cyber or Bullet, or either one of them, plays that spot. It's a good shutterbug position as well from Novi's. Allows you to basically look through both rooms, the entryway downstairs, and of course the main hallway on the bottom floor. Bro, just continuing to drone, hit, running in the Capital. Para 308, a lot of people talking about the 249 potentially maybe getting, you know, put in play. I want to say the LMGs are definitely underplayed, but it's not because they're not good or anything. It's just, nah, you kind of prefer a bit more of that extra flexibility that the rifles give you.
Good swap here for Cyber off the dock and onto the Legion, but everything else remains the same. An office push coming out from Red Devils this time around, as their armory push really garnered no success last time around. No real pushing power in through CCTV. The flanks inevitably their downfall, and now they'll have to contest with this hard reinforced maze they've set up on all of the walls surrounding archives. And it seems like, again, Red Devils having a little bit of trouble deciphering the setup and trying to pick an ingress point to try and push through. They have Fountain, they have this rotate on the archives wall as well that was afforded and made by the defenders. Trying to, again, have that flexibility and that fluidity upstairs, and they got to be careful for Navi's. The man on a mission on a flank last round, and I imagine if Red Devils aren't careful, he'll be coming strong up behind them any moment as soon as they turn their attention away.
Hey,
called it.
Perfect timing. Probably the first one to get taken down. Your only hard breach in this situation. Now, luckily for the attacking side of Red Devils, at least the bathroom is left completely soft. Now, I don't know if the hatches here have been completely reinforced or not, but MKing is just relaying information on the Zofia. Finally spotted. The Maestro will turn around. Cyber rotating in from CCTV to support his teammate as well as we speak. So far, Red Devils standing outside of the site. They have not cleared the top floor just yet, which is always a precarious position to be in, as PX is alone. The grenade to be bounced around. Goo mine to come in. A lot of damage done to PX and finished off. Well done by VNX.
Good teamwork there from Red Devils as they continue the duo push into bathroom, and Midi will take control, but you've got a three-man stack from Immortals all around this server hatch. The Archives hatch will disintegrate above the purview of Navi's, and he'll have a new point of attention to take. But He's got unlimited amounts of information, and Cyber on a flank through customs. 20 seconds remaining. There's basically no time for Red Devils to get this plant down. The good thing, though, is they do have the smokes, but M-King's Evil Eye in position to stall this out, and he'll just use Yalda instead. Bullet to the head will drop midi. Bullet still upstairs stalling. VNX trying to drop a plant down. A Nitrocell will fly errant, but Navi's will cut down VNX. Diffuser is lost. Velvet with one, hit with another, but there's no time. They can't recover the Diffuser, and Red Devils surrender on time. Immortals up 2-0 again. It's a strong start for one of the powerhouse teams in Latin America on border.
The air jab there almost won it out. Almost. But it was too little too late. The Valkyrie got pushed back. The Capital finally finished it off. And turning around to clear the Valkyrie before running back into the smoke and planting might have been the thing that cost them, but in that situation, there's not much that could have done. The smoke was dissipating. There wasn't much time left. It was just poor time management overall. Red Devils, having potentially done it better, might have allowed them to win out the round, because overall, they did things correctly. They took top floor control. They had side control into the bathroom. There's no castle that was in play. The Mira was left all on her own inside of the bathroom. No reinforcements were set from bathroom into the workshop. Overall, a very flexible but weak defense set around these positions from Immortals. But even with all of that, time management from Red Devils was not great, just because the defender stalled the attacking side of Red Devils for so long on that top floor. And that's the thing. You really kind of just push into the control of Armory and of Archives. It's not a good time for you.
Well, they'll make a little bit of an op swap as well. Navi's pulling off the Valkyrie and over to the Bandit. Now I got a Bandit and a Mute. Simultaneously try and hold this office setup. And this is the second Bathroom Teller's hold we'll see today. The first one in the FaZe Pain matchup, and Pain did not hold it all that well. Did not stand and fight. And you can see one of the members of Immortals getting a little cheeky. A punch hole in the bottom of the Armory wall, just waiting for anyone to turn the corner, but Navi's won't collect any victims off of that play, but he still holds his ground inside of Armory, and this is a little bit of a heavy extension here from Immortals, and I imagine with this, Navi's will fall back. The wall disintegrates in his purview, and he'll retreat all the way back to the metal detectors. Oh, Velvet, just the timing off by a millisecond on the pre-fire through the wall, almost connecting with the head through a window. Would have been a beautiful shot if he had landed, but Immortals all evacuate back to offices with safety, with numbers, and again, no utility lost and no health lost.
Seems to be the only way to kind of protect yourself from Novies, right? You just strengthen numbers, just all put together and try to maybe save yourself. It does force a lot of utility to be played from, it's spotted. The camera is still up there. There you go. Finally, the Thermite turns around and takes it out. M-King is able to take the Thermite out, and the Zofia is on the floor. Oh man, this is not how it's supposed to work there. Cyber at least will get taken down. Something for Red Devils to kind of have around to work with. But it's Velvet that gets picked up at 20 HP. We'll remind you, as we said throughout the entirety of the last week. Now, revives only put you back up from DBNO to 20 HP, not to 50. So Velvet doesn't really have many options. Most guns will one-tap him, basically.
One of the most terrifying aspects of this for Red Devils right now is Diffuser is surrendered at the top of metal stairs, and Bullet just on the opposite side of the fountain wall. Navi's still upstairs. They'll recover the Diffuser. VNX will at the top of metal, but they'll continue to push it, and they'll have to do battle with Bullet and Navi's upstairs. And once again, time choking them out. Red Devils on the time management not well off, and oh, there goes Hit taking a leave of absence, but an immediate retrade there from Midi. Bullet, though, on the trade back, and now shredded down from inside of the bathroom. PX with the Vector. It's all VNX on the opposite side of a mirror and a hard wall. It's a rock and a hard place, quite literally. And VNX turns the corner to his immediate demise, as Navi's will decapitate him, and will
remake.
Possibly need a rehost.
Yep.
We'll wait on an admin call for that one.
Yep, as usual. It's always rehost after our Observer gives the okay, and we did get the okay, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So we're just gonna try to pick it back up from there. It's a 3-round advantage for Immortals so far. It's definitely not something that you can kind of underplay.
No, and it's again, it's the fluidity of Immortals right now. There's no rotation lockdown. Even though Red Devils are bringing a Nomad, there's no shutting down these rotations. And Border is not really a map where you can't make vertical rotations to the top floor easily. There are 2 stairwells. Those are your options. And yet, it's more the horizontal play for Immortals that just seems to completely confound Red Devils in their clears. They stall out, they lose Diffuser in awkward positions, they lose their Hard Breacher as their first casualty. It's a rough look right now for Red Devils on their ability to contest with the roaming presence of Immortals.
And here's what I want to add to this.
Yeah.
And what I want to ask you.
Nice and close here. All right.
Jackal Dokkaebi.
Yeah.
Would they be enough?
Hmm?
Would they be enough? Can we use one microphone with this?
I guess.
This is what, like, you give me a drink of champagne with your own...
Oh, yeah, we got to do, like, the linked arms thing. Jackal Dokkaebi, I think it would be a good step in the right direction, but it's the droning as well. The droning is just not sufficient right now for Red Devils. They're not... It's not that they are not droning anything, it's that they are not playing close to their drones to act on immediate information, and they're allowing time for Immortals to completely regroup, change their position, change the angle, and players from Red Devils are getting caught off guard because of it.
Yeah, and it's something that Latin America historically has been very famous for it, right?
Yep.
Usually you see Team Liquid, FaZe Clan as well, that kind of push the drones in front of their offensive players, try to play the advantage early on in the round, right, on the attacking side. When they don't do that, especially international play, kind of flop. Here, it's a similar thing for Red Devils. If they're unable to find these opening kills, Immortals just kind of...
If they can salvage around here in the defense, kind of like Pain did, you know, they go down 3-0 as well. They bring one back, it's 3-1, and then FaZe kind of run away with it. I wonder if Red Devils can grab a little bit of momentum, salvage maybe like a 4-2 half, and then head into the attacking side, and it's a different story. Maybe their roam game on Border will just be immeasurable. But for right now on the attacking side, they're quite lackluster.
Here's my thing. I wanted to look at Red Devils' history.
Okay.
Especially with how many rounds they won on which side. Obviously can't look at Week 8 for that. Though if you go back to Week 7, they played Pain on specifically this map. And it was 3-3 on the half, then 4 rounds of defense for Red Devils in a row. Maybe something.
Maybe something on the defensive side for Red Devils to kick in. If they can just salvage this first half and not have it be a blowout, not have it be a 6-0 or a 5-1.
They had the same thing against Team Liquid.
Yeah.
4 rounds on defense. They had 4 rounds on defense as well on Bank versus FaZe. They had 4 rounds on defense versus INTZ. 3 rounds on defense versus Immortals in Week 2. And 1 round on defense versus Black Dragons earlier on. So, unless the numbers are not enough of a telltale, I think defense is what the Red Devils kind of trying to bank on. But you can't go down like, I don't know, 4-2 or 4-2 would be possibly coming back. That's like the edge. We're actually going to get into the game. There was a bit of a audio technical issue. We'll go back into it and actually continue this game. I'm just going to make sure that we have everything set and ready. But 5-1 at the half, you're, for lack of a better term, bummed.
Yeah, like I said, if you can pull a 4-2 out of this, if you're Red Devils, you're honestly not looking that bad.
Yeah. If
this gets to 5-1, 6-0 territory, good luck. It's going to be a rough road to try and pull that back. We're getting back into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3-0 lead right now for Immortals on Border. And Immortals, having run the gauntlet so far and been completely flawless in doing so, will head back up to their primary bomb site of Armory, Lockers, and Archives.
All right. What's the plan here?
The plan is, again, try and lock down these roamers. It's been a tough road, honestly. And it seems, again, like a lack of preparation, similar to the story we were seeing from Pain against FaZe. The Nomad has not been effective at all. VNX has not gotten air jabs in useful locations, and like you even denoted during the last round,
yeah,
they set up an air jab that you can't recover. As soon as you shoot that, it's stuck there forever. You can't pull it back.
Thank God.
They were on a default cam while doing it. Like, that's your #1 mistake right there. That is not something that should be happening.
I mean, a lot of teams will just come in and through the soft wall, which exists there, you kind of just shoot it through the soft wall, right? So it's the small things. It really is the small things. There's no way of trying to like sugarcoat it. These small changes, these small mistakes that you make, really end up compounding. You saw it in the first game, you saw it in the third game, and you're seeing it on the fourth one. And it seems like the one game that most people were kind of played underhandedly, the Liquid versus Black Dragons match, was going to be the highlight. Though so far, we're only 3 rounds in. We're at the 4th one. Nothing's happened so far. Novi is just switching around between the cameras, and Immortals just kind of trying to find an entry into this. Red Devils really haven't been able to do much early on, and they're taking their sweet time in preparation for this one. What it seems like they're going to try to do is attack via CCTV and Armory.
Well, again, they're going to have to contest with, I believe this is Cyber on the mute this time instead of Bullet. It is Cyber on the mute in behind the CCTV circle monitors. And as I say that, it's MIDI to shut him down with ease. A minute in and no life sacrifice inside of Red Devils. No immediate trades coming out from Immortals as PX continues to battle against MIDI, and he'll get put to the dirt for it. PX will fall. It's a 2-man disadvantage for Immortals to work their way out of as the aggression from Immortals in this round not paying off. As I say that, Bullet will grab one. Oh, it's a flurry of kills, leaving Bullet now in a 1v3. Takes a lot of damage from the 90 rotate hold. Now in behind the deployable shield. Oh, he drops MIDI with a beautiful crouch peek. Still slightly over 25 HP. Will boost himself up to just under 75. Now, pings coming out inside of offices and now overhealing. No one pushing from the armory wall where his attention is currently trained on. Now drones coming in from the backside and the pings into the depths of office. No shot's gonna land as it's on a wall in behind a desk, and ooh, waiting for a nice peek up through that rotate. Now pushing through, recovering the diffuser is VNX as he walks right in. Shots to the wall will only do half damage. The pings again, and holding the pixel angle. VNX will shut it down from the lockers in behind half wall. A beautiful attempt there from Bullet to keep the flawless game alive, but Immortals will surrender their first round of the game.
And why? That center reinforcement on 90. That's your whole game. How many times do I have to repeat this? If you're gonna reinforce break room, left-hand side. It's the majority of the angle. Otherwise, dual reinforce it. You should be putting a reinforcement there. That's definitely something that I want to blame a big part of the round on. It's very unfortunate to see these sorts of things, but still, this is the advantage that Red Devils needed. They saw the opportunity and they took it. They're not out just yet. It's DBNO.
Like I said, if they can salvage it, if they can pull this back to a 4-2 half, they're actually looking pretty good based on their history on border on defense and based on their history in most games on defense as a whole.
Cyber, damn. Okay, I want to see that. Let's see that vigilant play.
Well, I'd love to see where he goes, considering he tried to play the mute in behind the circle monitors instead of the dock, as he did in the first round. It's a reattempt here for Immortals back to Armory Lockers and Archives. But the positioning of Cyber really will be crucial, and I guess he's just going to keep swapping ops and try and hold off CCTV from behind those circle monitors for as long as possible.
That reinforcement really triggers me. I have this unnatural reaction to it. Oh, there we go. You go up, you snipe the drones. It's something that you see a lot of people doing, not only on the balcony, but also on East Stairs. On the East Stairs balcony, that is. So these are just free drones that are being lost, which really gonna hurt Red Devils later on in the rounds. Velvet pre-fire, not gonna find anyone in the opposite end of it, and just continuing to drone in, try and see where their opponents are set. Break room, nothing out of it.
Claymores again in preparation of Immortals getting a little over-aggressive as they did last round, but I imagine they've learned their lesson, and I'm surprised that Cyber, there we go, was rocking the SMG-12 as his primary weapon, but he'll swap that over to the K1A to hold him behind those circle lockers, or circle monitors, sorry, and evade the drones with the ERC Cloak. And now Repel coming out. Bullet taking a very tight angle, but he wide peeks and can't land a single shot. He'll take about 40 damage, but boost himself back up to 100 with one of his stim pistols. Navi's getting aggressive as well, and just missing. VNX deploying one of those air jabs. A meteoric amount of shots raining into the back of the circle monitors, and not a single one connecting onto Cyber. So at the very least, killing more time than he did last round with PX in support from outside. Cyber grabs one, pre-firing the window will land more shots onto hit, but can't land the finishing blow.
The air jab trying to be... Oh no, he runs out, he finds 2 kills! Novi's with a freebies, a third one! Velvet is down and out! He'll get tagged through and pushes him through the soft wall, but a nice shot comes out and hit is way too far away to do anything about it. Oh man, Immortals are gonna run away with a 4th round here on the board. Even Cyber in the Vigil, teasing his opponent. Hit the last man alive again. Moves up the main stairs, with Para in hand. He'll reveal his position as he fires in, and PX will peek in. It's the reason why Immortals have that Mira skin.
Just a beautiful round there on the CC hold, and that was kind of the difference between last round and this round. Last round, Cyber got aggressive from behind the circle monitors, but he didn't have support like he did in round 1. In round 1, it was Bullet and Navi's both coming main hallway into break room to try and support the efforts of Cyber in behind the circle monitors. Last round, that wasn't there. The round RDevilS won. No one really came in to try and help Cyber, so he's just left a man on an island to die. This time around, Immortals bring it right on back. Here comes all of the pressure. Here comes all the support. The flanks coming in, and no one from RDevilS watching the break room door. No one watching the rotate from the mirror. It's the same thing over again. So Immortals bring it back, a strong response. They head downstairs, try and wrap up this first half of the 5-1 lead.
Yeah, and 5-1 is, as we mentioned during the rehost, it's not something that you're going to easily come back from. A 4-2 potentially, just because RDevilS are historically more comfortable playing on the defense. But these are mistakes, like no Claymore in front, nobody actually holding on to CCTV. You didn't actually clear CCTV at any point in time. You had no Claymores there, you had the air jabs, and even with that, it's just you didn't really do anything with it. You put it just in case somebody tried to move out from the armory against you, sure. But there's a more important position. It's unfortunate, because I really feel that Immortals are just kind of being gifted positions like that, and they see it and they're like, okay, I'll have that. That's fine.
Well, it's Navi's again, really being the catalyst in this game. Just non-stop rotations, flanks, and RDevilS. No preparation for it, and no response to it mid-round either. Him playing on the Valkyrie has been demonstrous and probably very demoralizing for RDevilS, just unable to lock him down. He grabs that 2-piece outside of CC, turns, and the 1-tap onto the break room door.
That third one was just
massive play for Navi's as he continues to be the superstar for Immortals as we approach the first minute being eclipsed in round number 6. The last round in the first half, and we have a bit of an office spread here as Cyber on that Legion playing at the radio desk window is awaiting any ingress from RDevilS in towards the main hallway or the office balcony.
VNX in the meantime sitting up. He already has one of his air jabs deployed. It's not like they've been too successful. They've kind of been catching his opponents off guard after the deed is already done. It's not too great. I understand having Nomad, but I think it's time to kind of move on.
It just hasn't done anything, really. No. It hasn't slowed anyone down on the rotations.
And like, okay, the ARX is great, but maybe you want to play another operator. Maybe something that'll help you a bit more. No, as we say that, VNX is hearing us in the background. It's like, I know better. He'll get the kill. A lot of damage done to him, however, but he eliminated Novi's. Someone that has been always on the flank. Always someone that you need to watch. From Immortals' side, something to slow down Immortals' aggression early on.
Well, similar to the last time that RDevilS attacked this site, they failed to clear out Bullet inside of Armory. You know, you've got M-King upstairs as well. Bullet was allowed to just rain terror from inside the locker sandwich, and no one from RDevilS ever pushing in to try and completely clear the top floor. And it was one of the reasons they were so unsuccessful in getting that plant down with about 10 seconds remaining. Top control was another problem they had to worry about.
It's an ACOG position I haven't seen just yet. But there you go. M-King, again, still on top. Oh, Cyber can do so much here. The Gumans are going to help him, and he sets an extra one just in case. See, 3 players piled up right on the outside here to push in from the towers into the bathroom. They'll try to open up an angle from above. That's MIDI. In the meantime, Flashbang will come in. Cyber won't be flashed for too long as he's going to get pushed away. He'll go in and find 1 kill. He'll find a second one as well with a hip fire. And Cyber with 2 freebies on a prow and hip. What are you doing? An extra Guman as well as they're holding on to the diffuser. Bullet will hit. MIDI will go down, but the Zofia has no information on what's going on. The ARX not enough, and no time left as Velvet will get 1, but inconsequential kill, Flynn. Round number 6 will go the way of Immortals with a 5-1 lead at the half.
We said a 5-1 would basically be a death sentence. We know ReD DevilS from their history are quite proficient on the defensive side, especially on border. But I'm thinking the way Immortals are playing right now, there's not a lot that's going to slow them down. It would take a monumental effort here from ReD DevilS and an entire team effort to really pull this back. And that's not what it's been for ReD DevilS. It's been a few key members having individual moments.
Yeah.
But it's not been a team effort from ReD DevilS. That round again, you don't completely clear upstairs. They still had hatch control this time. They did so the last time they attacked Vent Workshop the first time, they at least cleared out archives and utilized hatch control. That time, ReD DevilS didn't even bother with archives. They couldn't get through office. And then there's 20 seconds left and you have 4 people all trying to push down the bathroom corridor. Poor time management, poor resource management and utility utilization as well upstairs to try and garner map control. Like, that's just a bad attacking round in possibly every way.
Yeah, you end up getting 1 kill off of it, but what does it matter? At what cost? Yeah. It's just, everybody, I guess, can feel the frustration.
Yes.
From not only the players, but from us as well, because it is frustrating to see it, because you're like, this is not how it's supposed to happen. We know you guys can do better. We've seen ReD DevilS and how they played earlier on, even against heavy hitters, like Immortals. They're like, this is not the team that we're used to. This is not the team that can do this sort of work. And that's why we get frustrated, because there's a reason you're in Pro League, because you're good. And that was not a great black eye.
No, a little bit of a waste there. Reminiscent of Waka's play up against, I think it was Penta.
But he actually runs out for a kill. He kind of does that.
He runs out for 2. That time, MIDI not doing a whole lot with that, just surrendering utility for the sake of a little bit of information in the first 15 seconds. That's not useful information.
Okay, don't say Waka, because that'll break my heart.
I know.
Because he retired for
I'm
people.
so sad.
That was a heartbreaker. But that is.
I casted his last Pro League match.
Aw.
Well, I guess game. It wasn't an actual season match, but I'm sad. We miss you, Waka. That said, as we wipe away your tears, there might be new ones coming out from ReD DevilS in this matchup so far. Bro on the boost, and I'm not sure if he spotted just yet, but just opening up the doorway here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nitro Cell having already been used. He'll get on the camera. Oh no, please don't get shot. Oh, he gets shot. What? Take me out of the oven, man. I'm so. What? Here, take an air jab. It'll help. Velvet will shut down PX, but M-King will push in and drop another smoke down. Hit, vaulting right over, but he's got no idea the plant's going down right beside him, rushing through the smoke, decapitated by Navi's. The plant will be successful. M-King drops it down. It's a 4v3 for Immortals to hold in the post plant. And now the retake, MIDI chewed up in the main hallway by Cyber with that R4C at the end of the east hallway. So it's the 2 French ACOGs remaining for ReD DevilS, Velvet and VNX, to push their way out. VNX dispatched up with ease. It's all Velvet now, who will take down Cyber, spraying through the soft wall, but Navi's will end his run. ReD DevilS on the precipice, and Immortals looking to reclaim that #1 spot.
1 round away. The big dogs are coming out swinging today, that's for sure. Team Liquid are the only team that really kind of struggled, but that's just because Black Dragons are played really, really, really well in the other 3 matches.
Can I ask was it Abreu on the mirror that round?
Yeah.
What
is
you
he
doing? Like,
hey, what you doing?
first of all, there's no information that there's a guy AC on the side of Red Devils. So,
well, there were 2 actually.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of information for that. You had a Valkyrie. I'd assume there's a cam out there somewhere. Maybe. That's just a poor time to get on a cam.
Yeah, very unlucky, I have to say.
Especially when there could have been other people. It was a 5v5.
Someone else could have gotten.
There was someone else who could have done that for you, and you could have peeked the arches, or you could have been peeking AC on the off angle.
The door was being opened right in front of you. That's a position where you're like, hey. I don't know. At least they actually use a rook armor. Good job.
Thank you.
It's about those small victories. VNX with the dock, of course, puts up his bulletproof camera right on the side. We'll look all the way down the balcony to remind you, well, actually, Maestro is in play, which is weird that Red Devils aren't bringing him. I mean, I can see if you want to deal with the grenades, but it's not like Immortals have brought any grenades at any point in time. I'm like, maybe just bring the Maestro instead of the Rook. I can get the dock because it's his own thing, his own entity, but Rook is kind of underwhelming if your opponents aren't bringing grenades. I don't know. It's a decision, obviously. Depends on, you know, what they have in mind. It just seems that there might be other things to run. But Bullet will sit down a Claymore. He'll go all the way on up. So with the wall soft, there'll be a quick and easy entrance into the office. Velvet spots one on the rotation to east stairs. That's the Ash, but nothing to be done against. Sits back behind his mirror window, just for now.
For a match where a Jaeger's been banned, really hasn't had much of an impact on the game. And oh no, Cyber will remove the head of hit for him through his ejected mirror. And now holding inside a Fountain is Abreu with a little bit of support there from VNX, but the angle from outside, the soft wall, and there goes your first Toxic Babe. Early, oh, missed shots back to back for Abreu. He'll shoot the second Toxic Babe, and now inside a Fountain. Oh, Navi's getting free picks left and right. Velvet will at least trade one back onto PX, as I guess he tried to push in on the backside.
Unfortunate in that position, but at least he'll take down the drone at the end of it. Midi caught on the rotation in the east stairs. He's running away and just wants to go back up the main stairs to kind of deal with his opponents from there. Rendezvous and M-King on the quick peek. Velvet taken away. VNX last man alive. He'll find one kill. Will it be enough? He'll get the second as well. He's got 3 stim pistols, but Novi's is ready. And LaFamas, he'll chew through VNX. Red Devils lose it all out here. But at least on the positive side, it's not a 7-0 like last week. 7-1 score.
That's a real... That's a problem, honestly. That's a problem if you're Red Devils. You win 1 round in 2 games.
Yeah.
Kind of got to reevaluate what's going on at that point.
And remind you, like, the score lines that you're seeing here, or you just saw, are ones at the at the rehost segment. Yeah. So that's starting from round number 4 until round number 8. So it's 5 rounds in total.
It's honestly, that's Immortals being Immortals, though. Dominating fashion. We've seen it from all, like you said, the big hitters. I'd say it's a top 5 now in LATAM. I think Red Devils with their look. Yep.
Black Dragon's definitely been impressive with the top 4 that we saw. I mean, it really just depends on how these teams are playing. But Red Devils just were practically non-existent today, just like they were last week. Yeah. I wonder if, because there are some teams that didn't go through any player trades or changes at the half. Because if, for people that don't know, there's the transfer period. So basically, between the 2 halves of the season, the transfer is open to basically switch players around between teams.
Yeah. And
they didn't really use that. So maybe it's something that you should keep in mind, because most of the teams at the top did it, except for Immortals. Actually, kept their lineup because it worked out pretty well. If you count away their game versus Rogue. Won't talk about that, though. Take a look at the standings. At the end of the day, we'll refresh your memory. As Immortals, they keep that top spot, 19 points at 19, with a 21-round differential, but they hold that positional advantage against Team Liquid, having beat them 7-5 in the first day of Pro League, and in week number 8, tying them 6-6. NIP at 17, close behind. It's FaZe Clan are at 15, Black Dragons and ReD DevilS at 11 and 10. But you see the huge round differential between the two. Black Dragons basically saving themselves at this point in time in the season. It's going to take a lot to drive them back down to the relegation spots. As you see, IMT and Pain Gaming with 5 points each, sitting all the way at the bottom. Not a great position to be in, and the performance from, I want to say now 6, 7, and 8 is kind of really
set in stone.
Yeah.
Because Black Dragons, with their performance of late and their roster change with Moringa coming in, I mean, they have looked
Moringa
phenomenal.
PCD are just...
It's an incredible team. So for them to be able to pick up the wins against the lower tier teams, I imagine that'll be with relative ease. And then for the top half of LATAM, though, man, there's no telling. Right now,
you really don't know.
Right now, it would be Immortals and Liquid if the season ended today. But still 5 play days left.
That's how close it's going to get. But I guess that's all we have for this evening. Yep. That's all 4 matches. Friday, we still have EU. So Kixen and Terra will bring you that. Secret versus Le Stream, Navi versus Empire, Mauser versus G2, and Penta Chaos. Those are going to be barn burners. I think EU has had a bit of an edge this season since the quality of the games. But overall, we've had... It's very weird to say this, but every single season, and we're almost at season 10. Every single season, everybody just keeps getting better and better and better. Week 10, though, next week for Latin America, for all you fans out there, Immortals versus NIP, FaZe versus Liquid, Black Dragons versus Pain, and IMT versus ReD DevilS. Many, many storylines to be brought in on that plating. Next week again on Wednesday evening. With that said, Robert, anything you'd like to add at the end of the day?
No, I think that's a demonstration of the divide now going to be opening up in Latin America, and now it's the final push for the playoffs. Yep. 5 teams are in it. We're waiting to see who's going to make it to Milan.
Yeah, only 2 of these can make it to the Pro League finals in Milan, Italy. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be revealed very, very soon. You'll see what we have in store for you. But thank you very much for watching. For myself, from Flynn, all the production team here at ESL, and everybody at home from Ubisoft, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on Friday for EU Pro League. We love you. Good night.